Let me get my tea. Oh, wow. Is yours still hot? Alright.
It's Luke.
Okay.
Luke and Davis.
Let me get another extra sip before we... Yes. Get to do your mom.
Her favorite.
Right. All right. We can get started, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. Welcome back, guys.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Message to You podcast. I'm Jen.
I'm Felicia.
And we're happy to be here.
Very much so. And we're just ready to bring in the new year, right?
Yeah. So, can you believe it's already the end of the year?
Not really. I feel like yesterday was November.
Right? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
These last couple months, like, where is the time going?
Literally. So what kind of tea we have today for this episode? Let's set the precedent.
So today, we keeping it classy, we keeping it light, we keeping it efficient.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little hot water with lime.
Right. It is flu season. It is Omarion season.
Omarion.
The laugh. Michaela. My niece has this like laugh that she does that's very similar to what you guys just heard. So shout out to you, baby girl.
Right.
But yeah, I think a lot of people are coming down with a little something. So we're just trying to stay on top of that. Just a little hot water with lime. Keeping it simple today. But let's get into the topic of the day. Once again, welcome back. Oh, actually, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like I'm in a place where I don't even, like, I feel like I'm good, right? But I don't know how I feel.
I feel that.
Right? It's like a big question mark. But I'm chilling. Like, I'm good.
Like, nothing's wrong, but nothing's, like...
Yeah.
Huge.
Right. Like, I can't... If you were to ask me, like, if anything, like, crazy or whatever happened within the past couple of days, I would say, no. I can't think of anything.
I feel that. Yeah, this week has been... I mean, it's only Wednesday. And I'm like, this week has been a blur. These last 2 days have been a blur to me.
Right.
But, no, everything's cool. Everything's chilling. I'm glad to be alive and breathing, you know? So... yeah, I don't have much to complain about.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm very much, like, just grateful. I feel like I'm excited and tired simultaneously, but I'm thankful to be able to feel both of those things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
So Birdie told me that you had a question for me or something like that.
Oh, random question moment. Yes. Actually, I wrote it down.
It must be real.
Okay, here's a question. Random question. Right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. What's your weirdest fear?
What?
Like something that people would be like, what the hell? Why are you like, really?
My weirdest fear?
Yeah.
I feel like I have an answer, but I don't know.
Yeah. It could be like one of those phobia things too.
Oh, that's not weird though. Mm. I have a phobia of public bathrooms. Mm. I hate public bathrooms. Like I actually have panic attacks.
Yeah, she like breaks into like cold sweats.
It's just so disgusting. And I don't even think I'm a germaphobe like that. It's just something about public bathrooms and wet, dirty toilet paper on the floor.
It's the visual.
It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. Porta potties, real life fear. Yeah, do you know of any other ones that I have?
It's so funny because I'm thinking about the times that I've seen you come out of a bathroom and you literally like have like almost crying.
Like get out of
her eyes are like full of water. Like she almost went through a lot, and I just be feeling for her. Like I don't experience that same thing, but it just... I'm like, wow, I'm so sorry. But one can
understand. I guess if you really think about it, you can get grossed out, but it doesn't take much thinking for me.
Yeah, you're already there.
I'm one of those, if we're at a store and I'm like, I need to use a bathroom, I promise you'll turn around and I'm back out. Like, I'm literally, like, I went to the bathroom and I'm out.
That's a fact.
Like, I take less than 60 seconds.
You do.
I
You
do.
do. You do. It's a skill.
If you ask me to wait for you in the bathroom, and I do, just know I love you down. Because...
You don't. Yeah.
I mean, I have, but when things get too much for me and I start thinking, I'm out of there.
No, I'm just saying in general, you don't. You will be like, all right, I'm waiting outside.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly.
That's like the immediate thing. But yeah.
But how about you? Do you have any weird fears?
Also, I think you have that circle
Stop
thing.
it.
Okay, sorry.
Trypophobia?
Yeah.
So it's like the how do you call it? Like...
Is it
Trypophobia? Something like that. You know, like the ones that have like those weird circles all together. Like, it's...
Yeah,
just
like
look it up.
Clusters of like little circles.
Guys, it's disgusting. Okay. And what about you?
Okay, I'm gonna give a phobia. That sound thing. Like, ASMR. Okay. ASMR and like just like very specific sounds.
Oh, what is it?
Or
misophonia?
Yeah, misophonia. I think.
Miso.
It makes me very, very like cringe and just very uncomfortable. Even sometimes some people's voices, and it's like it's not one particular sound. It's just a variety of different sounds. Sometimes that just make me feel like I just need to shut down, like rewire.
You just want to run away or scream.
Yes,
I know.
Scream.
You've had moments where you just want to scream.
Yes.
And I feel that.
There's some people who, when they're eating, I can't really be around them because they eat and the sounds are just too loud. I literally have like run away. Yeah. I've literally. Okay. And
comment down below anything you guys are weird. I mean, afraid of that some people might find weird or unusual.
Right. Facts. And then the non-phobia is like if a plastic bag is like approaching
panic
the car, like while I'm driving, like if it's approaching the windshield, I'm like, oh my god.
Because it's like claustrophobia.
Yes.
So like, maybe it is a phobia.
That's true.
Yes.
But it's like the bag is not
gonna... It's so disgusting.
It's not like it's gonna go over my head while I'm in the car.
No, but then what if it gets stuck and then now you're like... And you have like
That's the thing. And then you just think that's the end of it. That's it for you.
Just gonna park my car right here in the middle of the highway.
Right. Okay. So that's it for our random question moment.
Yeah, because we could
do this all day, literally. But yes, please, guys, definitely let us know what yours are. What should we? No, the next thing.
So I feel like because it's the end of the year, it is ever so appropriate to speak about 2022. What's to expect? What's to come? Your feelings towards it, and. Yeah, is there anything that they could expect from us or, you know? And at the end of this, we would like for you guys to also write down in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or even like leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Any of your 2022, I don't want to say goals, but well, I guess they're goals, but things that you would expect to achieve in the upcoming year. We would love to hear your input and just see what you guys are up to.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll ask you. So what, I guess for 2022, we know what happened these last 2 years, which were a blur.
Right.
But do you think 2022 is going to be any different? Do you feel like what are your expectations, I guess, if any?
I think I want to honestly say that I haven't given it full-on thought because I feel like I'm in a process where every single day I'm thinking about what I could do to improve, and that probably just sounds like very like cliche in itself, but I do feel like every day I'm like, okay, what did you do today? Or most days. I'm not gonna say every single day. I have to be realistic, and I'm gonna say most days I try to be like, damn, okay, what could I do better? What did I do well? Kind of thing. And so going into the new year, I guess I want to go into the mindset of just continuously creating. Just as an overall statement, create non-stop. Create everything and anything that I want to, but also plan it out. Like stick to a schedule, because we don't really have control over the things that go on externally. Like, we don't know what kind of shutdowns are happening. We don't know what's opening back up. We don't know what the hell that's happening, but we can control ourselves. So for me, I think that what I can control is how much I'm creating. Like, even if it's just pencil and paper, like, I can literally do that. So, not limiting myself and just continuing to, anytime I have an idea, write it down and get to it. Taking more time for that, taking more time for my fitness, like going as hard as possible. As much as we want to be like holistic and things like that, like, I want to actually feel like I'm living by it even more than I have before. And make it a consistent thing instead of it being like, oh yeah, here and there, or a couple of months I've gone strong and then like 2 months of not, and then, you know, jumping back onto it, or having to feel like I'm tapping in and tapping out. Like, discipline next level. And that's where I feel like I would like to be. So yeah. How would you answer that? What do you feel like your goals are? Have you actually given it like full on thought, or?
So I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
And about the last point you just made, as far as your fitness and just going hard and just being unstoppable kind of thing, it was so funny that you mentioned that, because today something dawned on me. And I was like, you know what? I've had moments in my life, well, I've always like fluctuated in weight and size, like up and down every single time.
Yeah.
I'm very used to that. So today I was thinking, and I'm like, you know, I've never really I've been fit. I think I am fit, but I've never really had like washboard abs, or I've never really like gone, I don't want to say gone so hard, but stayed the course long enough to actually look in the mirror. Like, I've seen, you know, I've trimmed down a lot, like all these kind of things, and I see things about to poke out.
Yeah.
But then that's when I like revert back the other way all the time. Like,
yeah.
And I feel like that's a thing. Is very consistent with me. I'll speak for myself. Very consistent, where like I'm gonna start something. I start something and I go so hard, and then right when I'm about to like really push through and see it all happen, I take a step back. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means, but so that's something that's very consistent in my life.
Yeah.
I find that I see myself restarting things over and over, like playing the violin. You know, I took that for months. I mean, when I was younger, for years, but then after that, months, and then I stopped. And now I'm back up on it again.
Yeah.
The music thing, and now I'm back on it again. Like, it's just a consistent pattern. And I think at this point, it's literally like, my goal is probably just to see things through completely. You know, just completely, just not stop, like, not getting distracted by anything. I should be recording this. Hello.
Right. That sounded like I was trying, but as usual, my iPhone storage is
Hey
full,
guys.
so.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I just want to completely see things through to the point where I can say, wow, I accomplished that, or I completed that. And then eventually it's just going to become a lifestyle, because sometimes I do feel like I dibble and dabble in a lot of things. And I used to be a lot more self-conscious about that. But now I'm just owning it. Like, I just like to do stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse the noise in the back. Sorry. I just like to do shit. Like, I like to do it, and that's just what it is. That's just what it's going to be. And I have full faith that it's just going to all work out at the end. So I feel like 2022 is just one of those, like you said, constant creation, executing, and literally just seeing things through. Being like, wow, okay, I see improvement. Now continue seeing improvement, because I feel like sometimes you see improvement and then you get comfortable, and then you go back the other way. And it's like that saying, if it's not growing, it's dying. You know, so it's kind of like, just continue because you'll just always revert the other way if you don't.
Right.
But yeah, consistently creating, and fitness, again, I want to actually like break through whatever was holding me back then, and just fully seeing, because you know what, I don't know what I was listening to, but fear of success is a thing.
I was just about to ask you, every time you get so close, like, Do you feel like it could be that fear? It could be that, like, it's subconscious though, because obviously you're not thinking like, I'm so scared I'm gonna freaking stop right now, like, I'm so
No,
close, oh my
yeah.
god, let me run away. Like, I don't think we actually think to do that.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And like saying it out loud, it sounds crazy, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's really a thing, and it's something that your mind, like, you psych yourself out.
Yeah.
Because being successful or actually saying like, wow, I did this, also comes with a lot.
Yeah.
You put a little more pressure on yourself, then it's like, okay, now what's the next thing? And then it's like, wow, okay, you made it, so does this feel the way you thought it would feel? It's just a lot that comes with it, but it's a lot better than to just stay the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my 2022.
Yeah.
It's literally just going for it fearlessly.
I'm with it. How do you feel like we'll be able to, like, I mean, because we're still gonna be human. Like, there's not anything that's gonna change between today and tomorrow that's gonna make us superhuman. That's gonna be like, oh, all right, there's a switch. So what do you feel like is gonna really help with catapulting that and just staying on task?
I mean, I think it's happening now. Like,
Yeah.
we say 2022 just because.
Yeah.
And I think it's easier for others to digest. But realistically, it's been happening. You know, like, we've been seeing change. We've been working towards that. 2022, like, the January 1st, sometimes I feel like it's a mental thing. It's kind of just like fresh start. But it's like, it's really just going to be the next day.
Yeah.
You know? January 1st is not even on a Monday.
Right.
So, like, if you really want to get, you know, you're
Right.
technically going to be starting on whatever that day is.
Right.
Saturday, something. But, what's going to catapult that? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I have to think about it.
The camera's dying.
I love that. Do you think we could get through this or no?
What's this? The whole episode? No, it's literally flashing.
So, but how long is that? 10 minutes? 15?
Maybe.
Okay. What's gonna catapult? What do you think? I don't know. Help me out.
I feel like. What is the O?
Okay,
yeah.
No, just go. Sorry.
Okay, I want to say accountability.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easy for us to just be, you know, in this lone wolf kind of mentality and be like, all right, cool, I need to do this and nobody else is going to come save me. Nobody else is going to do it for me. So I need to do it, and I need to do it alone. And that doesn't always work, because when you get weak, which we will because we're humans, as much as we tell ourselves we're strong and as much as we are actually strong, there are points in time where we actually need help. Like, we were not put on this earth to just have to carry heavy loads alone. And so the people that we have around us, or like people, like just certain people that know that we're working on something and that will be like there to check us, and we know that we could trust them to check us, are going to be the people who are like, nah, we're either doing this together or you're going to get the up and get it done. Like, you have to. And you know how you're going to feel after you don't do it, and you know how you're going to feel after you do it. Which one is weighing heavier? Which one is more of a significant feeling to you? So I want to say, like, just making sure that we tap into that level of accountability, and who's going to be keeping us accountable, not softening us up in the process, is going to be like, so key for us to just actually keep going.
Yeah, because I think people can say that they're on board with the things, but if you and whoever is holding you accountable are not on the same page, it's going to be very difficult. And I think it's past being like, oh, that's just my friend, of course they want the best for me. You know what I'm saying? Of course they do. But when they see what it actually takes to be an accountability partner for someone, even, I feel like we don't really think about that. We always think about being held accountable, for, I think, is different than, like, if I was to be, like, because sometimes I know there are certain things where everything in balance, of course, but there are certain things that maybe I'll let you get away with because maybe you didn't have enough sleep, or maybe you didn't do this, but I know that this is something that you absolutely want. This is something that you absolutely need, and that there will be a time coming soon where you will be able to rest, or you will be able to whatever. I feel like it's also that person being like, let's just do it. Like, I'll even do it with you, you know, like, because I know that this is what you want to do. Remember what you told me. Remember that this is this. So let's just get up and do it. And that's just that. So I agree with you. Like, it depends on, like, who we're asking to hold us accountable. Like, what are their intent? Like, do they fully understand the assignment? I guess is what I'm, you know.
I feel that. Definitely. So, like, what do you feel like we have these goals and we're like, all right, cool, we're gonna get them done. We need to also hold ourselves accountable and also have someone else or other people hold us accountable, but then realistically and able to accomplish in order in order, there we go. English is hard.
It is.
In order to accomplish this, we have to acknowledge that there are some things that are flawed within us. So, like, what do we feel like would actually prevent us from accomplishing these things?
I'm gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Why don't we just
time
take
management?
A second?
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we could take a second to, like, write it down, because when I feel like when you write down your fears or write down things that tend to hold you back, it makes it more real. It makes it like, okay, now I have to face this. And then I think, because we mentioned planning in our goals, and I think that a part of the planning is also mentioning your shortcomings. It's also mentioning, like, okay, these are my goals, so that sounds perfect, but what are the things that are not perfect in this process? So the things that are not perfect are going to be the things that will hold us back.
Right.
So, like, you said, what'd you say?
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay. So we're gonna take we're gonna take a few seconds to write it down. And in the meantime, the camera died, and we will this is your family. Play a little music.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's bring it back. I hope that was a good time for all of you guys to reflect on the things that might hold you back. And if you didn't get to reflect, I hope you enjoyed the vibe.
Right.
But let's start.
You wanna go?
Sure. Cool. So I said the things that will hold me back are comparison. So naturally, human nature, we would definitely, especially with social media, Like, we can jump on and see all these people doing great. And I feel like I personally don't compare in like a hating way, but I compare and I'm like, wow, like I should be doing that, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not really helpful, because it's like, as you're watching this, you could be taking that energy and that time to then do something. Or if you don't have the inspiration to genuinely work on something, you can just take the time to pour into yourself so that you do, or just write, or just do something for yourself. So I would say my number one is comparison. The next one is definitely not scheduling properly.
That was one of mine.
Really? Another one is putting other people before myself, because I have a huge habit of doing that. I will do so many things for like so many other people. Shut the hell up, Jen. For so many other people before I actually get stuff done for myself. Then at the end of the day, I'm like, what did I do for me? So yeah, I need to stop doing that, or figure out how to like just balance things better within that, because I don't see myself stopping helping people, but it's just the way in which that I go about doing it.
And allotting time for yourself.
Yes. Thank you. And then I would say not feeling like I don't look my best is also another thing. Like, sometimes I just don't really. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh. And then I like go through my day and I'm like, whatever, this is it, you know?
Yeah.
This is how I feel, this is how I look for this day. Even if I don't even look any type of way necessarily to other people, like for me, I just might not feel up to par, so maybe I won't record a video that I should record, or whatever it may be, like things within that nature. And then I guess that would all fall under like internal doubts, like the what ifs that pop up in your head. So yeah, those would be things that hold me back.
Yeah. So for me, one of them, something that you said inspired one, and it was the not feeling how you look.
Yeah.
So I think since being quarantined and all that kind of stuff, you know, we've gotten so comfortable being in sweats and being just in loungewear. So I think something that I would like to implement, and something that would hold me back, is not getting dressed in the morning. So waking up and actually, even if I'm going to stay home, just dressing as if I'm going to do something, because there's a lot of things to do. And then also, if you're ready, then you don't have to get ready. That's in case fact. You know, there are movements to be made, videos to record. It's kind of just like, well, I'm already ready, so I don't really have an excuse.
That's a fact.
Because you know how it gets, like, once you have something to do, but you're already like in loungy wear, so you kind of feel very loungy, and then it's like, oh, what am I gonna wear now? And then there's like this whole anxiety, this whole, you know, panic that you go through when you have absolutely no clue what to wear and nothing in your closet excites you, which is another topic, but that's one of those things. So that inspired that. So not getting dressed in the morning. So my phone died. Guys, my phone died. So let me see if I remember.
I got you, girl.
The other one was poor time management. That's something that would definitely hold me back, not making slots for myself and being unrealistic with the things that I am going to accomplish. So I guess I had two that worked hand in hand, and it was the poor time management and poor planning. So I tend to cram my to-do list, because it kind of just gives me a satisfaction to see up front everything that I have to do. And then I, in my mind, think that I have some miraculous superpowers that will help me, that will aid me in accomplishing all these goals, but like in one day. But it literally, like, if you look at my list, there's just not enough time in the day possible to do the things that I want to do, especially if I want to do them at a certain caliber, like, you know, with a good quality, because it'll be like writing poems, or it'll be going to this place and getting this to do this and then do that, and then you want to go swimming, and then you want to go to the track and then you have to do laundry, and then it's a lot. Then it's like decluttering the house. It's like, girl.
And it's crazy because your brain just doesn't function like that. Like, you literally have to allot time for these things. If you're gonna write, do you know how long it's gonna take you to be able to get into flow?
Yeah,
some days it's
exactly.
right, like some days it's easier for you to be able to get into that mode, and then some days it's gonna take you a little bit longer. You're gonna have writer's block,
right?
And like, it doesn't just come to you. Like, sometimes it takes you hours of getting into that, and then you just spent hours writing, and then you wanted to swim and declutter the house and you got started writing at 9 p.m.
Right. And then I start to feel guilty that I didn't accomplish this, so I'm like, well, I guess I'm not sleeping because this has to be accomplished now.
Yeah.
You know, so that just being kind of realistic and giving myself some grace with that. And another thing was traveling. So traveling is in the sense of, because I foresee a lot of traveling for the both of us for 2022.
Yeah.
Something that could potentially stop me would be not being as productive as I intended to be while traveling. Yeah, I think there are a lot of places that we're going to go visit. There are a lot of places that we want to see and go experience, but we also want to make content and we also want to explore, but not for, I don't know, because I'm like borderline. I want to live in the moment. Like, I don't want to have to just always do content.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take a couple pictures here and there, but sometimes I feel like it takes away, and I'll have a moment where I'm like, where I kind of just fall off the radar, but it's only because I am being present. You know, it's not because of anything I'm trying to go MIA, but it's just like I know myself, and I know that I'll probably have a moment where I'm just not posting on IG because I'm somewhere just being present.
Yeah.
And that's necessary, but in the event that we go somewhere intentionally to create content and just be very productive, I just want to stay the course. Like, literally just not stay the course, but just stay on task and be like, okay, did we do this? And again, back to the planning, you know, just writing out exactly everything that I want to write or everything that I want to record, and, you know, certain locations that I want to see, like just being very specific and just doing it.
I was literally gonna say, like, getting down to that just goes all the way back to planning.
Yeah.
Like, being able to be present and then also being able to get everything done that we need to get done is so, like, it goes hand in hand with just planning properly. Because, like, people like Gary Vee, he posts, like, he gets his stuff out there, and he'll be like, I still have like a good amount of time. He has a
full 8 hours of sleep.
Right.
And people would think that he sleeps 2 hours.
Right. And he literally just, he puts stuff out, and he gets the things done that he needs to do. His businesses are still fully running, and he says it's just because he just plans.
Yeah. I would never forget the day that we went to that business convention.
Which one?
And someone said, I think it was on Long Island or Queens, and someone had said he was like he's a leader, and someone said, you guys probably work harder than I do.
Oh, yes.
Why?
Yes.
Because I have my schedule. I know what to expect. I'm up at this point and I'm done after a certain time. And that's it. But I know what I'm going to look forward to. Like, I know what my days are going to look like.
Right.
When you are not planned, you don't really know what your days are looking like. You're kind of just free. What is it? Free nilly? Free willy?
Willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just going with the flow.
Yeah.
Your days drag out because you are not doing much of anything with intention.
Yeah.
And there are days where I think we deserve those days where we're just like kind of chilling and not, you know, but I think sometimes I don't want to sound insensitive in some way, but I do think that sometimes those days I feel better about them when they're earned. I feel better about them when I know that my week was very productive.
Yeah.
You know, those days that I'm just like, you know, I could watch a movie, I could like chill, I could do this, I could do that. Because I don't want to always be working. Like, that's not a thing, and I don't think that's what we're promoting either. Like, work till you drop and then go so hard.
Because then what's the point?
Right. But I think that a nice balance of structured, productive work and not just busy work, and then playtime.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I thought that was good. That was good. How did you feel like while reading that? I mean, writing that. I know it was only like a few, like probably like 2 minutes of writing it, but like, was it hard for you to come up with your list, or do you feel like it was pretty much like
No, it was
pretty
but
obvious?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know what my issues are day in, day out. I'm like,
Yeah.
gotta work on that.
Right.
And I think it's just a matter of us making an actual effort to tackle those.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I mean, I think it gave me a little more clarity. Even though I knew it, writing it down definitely helps.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it helped me too because, again, like we said, it makes it real. And then I feel like sometimes when you don't, oh my God, I forgot what I was going to say.
That's amazing. It's okay. It's all right. Just breathe. Breathe, shake.
What did you ask me?
I asked you, how did it make you feel writing down?
Oh, okay. So now I know exactly, like when you write it down, it's like, okay, it gives you direction to write it down. And then now you're facing it even more. I don't know if I said that before, but I think it makes it more realistic. It puts it in your face, and now you're like, okay, I'm like one step closer to actually tackling this, because before it was just in my head, but I also have like 1,000 other things in my head. So what's to say that it doesn't share the same level of importance as something like me having to put my socks on when I'm getting dressed in the morning? So I feel like it was helpful to be able to do that, for sure. And I also wanted to speak on you saying like getting dressed in the morning and just being ready, because I feel like that is so helpful. You know, like when I was in England, I like made sure that I was doing that every single day, like just about, like towards the end, it was so difficult for me to do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'll wake up and then be like, okay, the next thing that I want to do is work out, so that after I work out, I know the next thing is a shower and I'm getting dressed for the day, so that if we had calls or anything to jump on, it was like I don't have to rush and get ready, or like you said, I don't have, like if I have to make a video or do something, I feel a lot more together, a lot more confident, a lot more able to do that. And I think that getting back into that for myself like is also another thing. So I'm glad that you brought that up for your list, because that's like, I feel like it's so key. And then that just goes down to having a morning routine as well, but I guess we could talk about that in a second, because my next question is, what makes this year different than any other year? Like
2022 or 2021?
2022, like going into 2022. What makes it different than any other year? What? Yeah.
Like for me personally or in general?
For you personally.
I feel like, I think I can honestly say I've grown a lot. And so I've had my time, I've had my moment to be, how do I put this? Like, I think I'm at the point where I'm just like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And if you don't execute, and if you don't just do the things that you love, that do the things that make you happy, that's really on you. And it has always kind of been, but it's kind of just like, you don't really want it that bad if you're still in the same place that you were 2 years ago or this past year. I understand that, you know, it takes time for certain people. People go at their own pace. But for me personally, I think that this is the year that things really just take off. And I care a lot less about what others think, you know, as far as judgment goes and all that kind of stuff, because I've just come to realize that we're all just trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
And so I think what makes it different is just that I've learned so much this past year, and I've gave myself that moment. You know, I was hard on myself, like, you're not where you need to be, you need to do this, you need to do that. But then I sat back and I was like, you know what, I'm learning and I'm just taking it all in. But now it's like, I have more than enough information. I have everything that I need. Like, I'm not lacking in anything that's going to help me get to where I want to be. So that's what's different. I feel like there's just going to be a lot of execution and a lot less talking in 2022.
Yeah. The fact that you said I have everything that I need shows how much of a growth mindset that you have, because like someone with a fixed mind would literally be like, I'm not, like they would still be on, I'm not where I want to be. I don't have enough. I don't have the best camera. I don't have the followers. I don't have this. But instead of saying that, it's like everything that I need is within me already. It's like, so it really just switches the narrative, and now it gives you the power. Like, you now hold everything within you to just be able to like go forward. So I think that's dope.
And you,
Mika?
how the question. I know you said, because you just be spitting bars.
Nothing.
So how do you think 2022 is going to be any different than, or is going to be different than the past year?
So, how do I think 2022 is going to be any different for me personally? Give me a second. I need to think about this.
Think about it. Is there
I also feel like I've grown.
Okay.
I think I go back and forth between caring a lot and not caring at all. I feel like I'm still working on that, but I think that I still, like, I'm very much true to certain beliefs within myself. Like, I'm very much like, if absolutely anything interferes with my peace, it could be down to a text message, I'm not responding.
I like that for you.
Thanks. Because there, a lot of the time, or not a lot of the time, but sometimes I would be like, no, it's principle and I need to address this. But now I just be like, I don't know what that meant, but there were so many other ways that you could have dealt with it. So I'm going to leave that there until you learn how to be an adult and kind of just learn how to speak to people, learn how to communicate better, learn how to just not do, I don't know, just don't do that. I don't know.
Yeah, just don't.
Right. I think I'm very much okay. I'm very much like good with the things that I'd like to do. I think I feel like I have a certain level of readiness. Like, I think within me, I'm like, yo, it's time. And it has been a long time coming, but this now, it's time, just feels a lot different because I know a lot more.
Yeah.
I think I have a better understanding on business. I have a better understanding on how money works. I have a better understanding on mindset and how, like, I feel like I've always, not always, I hate that I say that, but like, I feel like I've been good and confident enough in my communication with other people. So that's one level of mindset. But then there's also mindset in how you think about money, finance. There's also mindset in how you think about fitness, and how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I think that I'm in a place right now where again, the holistic concept, I'm trying to tackle everything. Like, spiritually, like my relationship with God, I'm like, that needs to lead me in everything, literally everything. And then fitness, you feel good physically when you're actually pushing yourself to certain limits. So putting yourself out there, pushing yourself, then ties into how you feel emotionally. Like, if you're working out, there's your day and your mental clarity is like so different.
It's true.
It just makes a difference in your life. And I feel like just getting all these things connecting all those dots, knowing that there's absolutely no reason for me to like stay where I'm at. And I don't feel like I'm in a bad place, but I'm not where I'd like to be. So I feel like right now, knowing where I'd like to be and then speaking on the things that we'd like to do is very different. Because before, it would be a certain thing where it's like, I'm so private that I don't even want to speak on my ideas. And if sometimes I speak on my ideas, it's speaking to the wrong people about them. But now it's again the mindset where you're like, okay, now I know who I'm speaking to, and now I know who I'm working with, and I'm willing to expand that and work with other people on that, but people who show me that they're on that same wavelength.
Yeah.
So I think all in all, mindset would be the biggest thing, but then action is going to be the next thing, because like I think I've been taking action, and I think I'm very much ready to continue to do so. So that's what makes 2022 different than the years before it.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that. Yes. And I see it for you. For sure. I do. And that's why, that's the beauty. That's the thing. I think that's the beauty in just not exactly waiting for January 1st. Because I'm like...
Wait, can I say thank you? Thanks.
If you must.
And I want to say, yo ate.
What is that? Italian or Spanish?
A ti? A tu?
Yo a ti.
Okay.
Wait, what? I don't even remember what
And
you
me
said.
too. I said... You
Yo
said
a ti.
to me, you see that for me. And I'm saying, I see the same for you. But I wanted to say, yo a ti.
Yo para ti.
Okay.
Something like that.
What do you mean or something like that? You speak Spanish.
This is why I don't speak Spanish. This is why.
But mind you, she does fully. But okay.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Waiting.
I don't remember.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So as far as the podcast goes, do we have any goals that we have set for 2022? I foresee... Ask a question, answers the question. I think next year we're definitely gonna be invited to speak places and
Oh man, yes.
at panels, and just the two of us, literally. Like, I feel like people are going to pay to hear what we have to say about certain things. And for our YouTube, I definitely see 500K. We could do more, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I definitely see us having that YouTube plaque.
Yeah.
Just saying.
At minimum.
At minimum.
I like that.
And as far as topics goes, well, first of all, and another thing I definitely see, the setup is about to be next level upgrade. Let me just say
Crazy.
that. Like, this is just, y'all just seeing the trenches right now. I'm gonna be real. This is the trenches that you guys are seeing. But, you know, like, things are gonna be a lot different. And that's why I'm not sweating it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I'm literally one of those people, and I always tell you this, whenever I follow YouTubers and I'm subscribed to them and I watch them, I always just go to their very first uploaded video all the time. Sometimes I think, well, I know, like, I'm obsessed with the journey, because I feel like a lot of people skip past that. A lot of people think that everything
right now
is just overnight, and that this was just like given to them, like whatever success and all the money and the fame and all the power and all that kind of stuff, that was just given to them. But like, if you really go and look at the journey, it's like, okay, this is a part of it.
Right.
So this, as frustrating as it can be sometimes, is hard to even be.
Right.
Because it's like, we have to start somewhere.
Right.
So it's only up, really, from here.
I agree.
So I definitely see that. Equipment on 1,000, setting location on 10,000.
Right.
Bank account on 100,000%.
It's the percentage.
Because we're claiming more than 100K.
Right.
But, yeah.
I love that.
How about you? Do you have anything specific? Or?
I just see growth. I see consistency for us. I see content, like,
out the wazoo.
I was just about to say that. Out the yakes.
Out the yikes.
Yay. Right. And I also foresee us just getting, like, asked to be in so many rooms, in so many places. I see us just building countless relationships with people who actually are very inspired by us and very inspired by our mindsets, inspired by the things that we did. I see us as a podcast really helping people get through rough times in their lives. And I see the message to you just becoming a whole brand.
Yeah, same.
I mean, like, we are a brand right now, but like a whole thing,
well-known.
like, right, well-known, clothing, everything, style. I see us having a complete flow to things where it's just easy. Like, then the podcast might not just be a podcast anymore. It might be a cooking show.
I mean,
Right. So I just foresee us taking this into many directions, and that could be very vague, but the specifics are that we're going to be impacting lives.
Yeah.
With the things that we say, the tips that we leave, the uplifting messages that we have for everyone. I don't have a number just because numbers are hard for me. But I want to say I see something big, a huge figure,
a big quantity.
And yeah, that's what I foresee. Do you think
that's so cute?
Isn't it?
You're not cute or whatever.
I think it's not.
You asked me a question one.
Duh. The question is it cliche to be having these kind of conversations? Like, because it's this time of year, are we only talking about this right now, or do you feel like we talk about this all the time?
So here's the thing.
Ooh, the torn.
Here's the thing that I've realized about cliche. Cliche things are actually real.
A fact.
Things that are cliche be facts.
Mm-hmm.
And the older I got, the more I realized that to be true. So even though, yes, maybe it is cliche, I also think it's just necessary.
Yeah.
Because at some point we need to, like, it is what it is. January 1st is quote unquote the start of a year,
right.
Like, according to whoever. But I think it helps us restart a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's just one of those things where it's like, if it works, then just use it.
Right.
That's like, this is gonna sound off topic, but I'm gonna bring it back together. But that's like when people ask you, what motivates you, what pushes you, and you're like, money pushes me. Like, seeing a number in my bank account pushes me. Some people might be like, really? Like, the money is not even that important. Like, you're so materialistic, or money is not whatever. But it's like, if that motivation pushes someone to get the job done,
right,
what's it to you? Like, right. Find your own drive. Find something that's gonna, like, your thing could literally be something very, like, what's the word? Philosophical? No, that's not the word. Philosophical. It could be something very philosophical, very, like, thorough, very deep, very this.
Yeah.
For someone else, it could literally be, I don't know, like, getting a light bulb. It does not matter. Like, if that's what's gonna drive that person, so be it. Because at the end of the day, it's, did you accomplish what you wanted? Were you successful in that task? So be it. It's January 1st. Like, if this makes people feel like they have a restart to something, and it puts you in a mindset, even though it may be short-lived, it's still just that feeling of like, okay, there's something fresh coming, there's something new coming, because the world is kind of set up in that way. We kind of see the rest of the months just kind of like, okay, the trenches, the work, the this, the that, the ups and downs and this, and then come January, so it's kind of like a moment of evaluation.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cliche, but maybe, like, maybe it's necessary for some.
Yeah. I like that a lot. I want to say, let's normalize just not trying to have everybody think the same way.
Yeah.
Because like you said, people would be like, oh, well, money motivates you. I know that was just an example, but I feel like I want to go off of that example because it paints how easily everybody wants, or so many people want people to just follow their interests, follow their, like, everybody should just have this same mindset towards everything. Or if they don't, then people like get shunned or ridiculed, and it's unnecessary. Like if everybody was the same, then we would really, like, it just wouldn't make any sense. The world would not be as flavorful as it is now if everybody was literally just the same, thought the same. We would have no new inventions. So let's normalize people being different, or having a different mindset, or being motivated by different things.
Right.
Leave it alone. Let people live, because you do not have the same internal uniqueness that person does.
Right.
You carry things that they don't, and they carry things that you don't, and that is okay. And that is what makes things beautiful, and that is reality.
Right.
You might not like it. You don't have to like it. Everything is not going to be liked by you.
Exactly.
And I also have to do the same thing. Sometimes I find myself being that person, and I'm like, how? But then it's like, it doesn't matter.
How? Really?
Right, but then, like, in reality, it doesn't matter. So, let's normalize it. Next.
Yeah, so I think that was a good conversation.
I think so, too. I think, I'm looking forward to continuing our 2022 when it begins.
Me too. Is there a message we want to leave our friends here?
Yeah, I think we want to leave our listeners with the idea that we need to plan.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go into the new year planning, because failing to plan is planning to fail.
Is planning to fail.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And not no funky planning either. Like actually plan things that will be conducive to the end goal. Plan everything. That's the thing. Like, people plan differently, you know? People are some people plan from the second that they wake up to the moment they lay their head back down, but that works for them.
Yeah.
You know, some people plan in smaller increments, other people plan in larger increments.
Yeah.
But whatever makes sense to you, as long as you just write it down in paper, or I guess, you know, because for some people, I want to say it works on the phone, like whatever, setting alarms, all of that, just something to keep you on track.
Yeah.
I think is so important. It's super important, because as they say, nobody's going to come tapping on your shoulder telling you to get up, telling you to remember you have to write this poem you wanted, or remember to record this video. Nobody's coming. Right. How would they know? Right. How does it go? No one's gonna know.
Why would they know?
Wow. Exactly. Like, nobody knows what you got going on and what you want to accomplish, so make sure you jot that down.
Right.
Your notebook will know.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And if you open the notebook, because I've written stuff down and then I don't look at the notebook. So,
well, if you do that, then I think setting alarms would be good for you. Actually, you know what?
What?
You want alarms? I can't. She would have alarms going for, oh my goodness, every 40 seconds she has a new alarm.
I've been needing reminders.
For what? But you don't even, you know what? Move on. Moving on.
Whatever. In order to plan, what we need to say is pretty much goal setting. So a big tip on goal setting can be, before you go to bed at night, write down one good thing that happened each day. And that literally starts training your mind to start thinking positive more than negative. So then when you wake up the next morning, you're feeling more inspired to be able to get stuff done that you didn't before, or get better at the things that you did already do. And then it also helps you, like, within a morning routine. So into that, get a morning routine. Sweat a little bit would be helpful. We could go into savers, but we won't. I would say that's a little bit long, but savers is just a little short acronym for you being able to save time in the mornings to be able to get everything done that you need to get done. So if you're very, very interested, that's something that you can look into. And then in lieu of everybody getting sick right now, we have a health tip. So you.
So definitely, what you mean you?
I said, so do you want to, like...
It's Jen. It's Curly. It's you.
Sorry.
Curly LaFerg. So yeah, you know, there are a lot of people going under the weather. I mean, who?
What happened?
Under the weather right now. The Rona, the Omarion has gotten quite a few. So we definitely recommend echinacea, ginger, oregano drops. Yeah, these are just some natural remedies that will help with your immune system, just help fight off things that you already may have going on, and just help prevent other things. But this is not a one-day thing. This is like
you have to be consistent with it.
Everyday kind of thing.
Right.
And just stay on top of it, and then have that become a routine and a lifestyle.
Right.
So, yeah. That's all I have to say.
So, that was our little health tip for everybody. We hope that everybody stays well. We hope that everyone accomplishes everything that you need to. Please, if you guys fall down, just don't be afraid to get back up, because you could fall off the second week of January, and that doesn't mean that you should let go for the whole rest of the year.
Yeah.
It's literally like you could keep going.
Right. It's okay.
Right. And if you don't have anybody that can hold you accountable, always hit us up. Like, our DMs are open. Yeah, we can be your support.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure you like this video, drop a comment, and be sure to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and share this video. Also, if you guys do wish, screenshot a clip of this video, whatever you felt was helpful or anything that, you know, just kind of hit. If you want to just tag it or post it up on your socials and tag us at Message to You Podcast, that would be amazing. So yeah, we hope you have a great rest of the year, and we're excited to see y'all in 2022. Let's get it.
It's crazy to say that.
I know.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. Much love always, and we out.
Peace.